The girls weren't lying. The uglier you go to bed, the prettier you wake up in the morning. Here are just a few things that I like to do before bed that just make me feel good and allow me to wake up looking naturally and effortlessly pretty, which is always the goal. Okay, first up on the list, I'm going to go in with my lip stain to use this as lip liner. Okay, that's how it's looking. It honestly looks really, really crazy, but you just have to trust the process. When I wake up tomorrow, it will be the perfect Your Lips But Better shade, and then you don't have to reapply like lip gloss, lipstick, anything like that. Your lips just look like you have makeup on them with no makeup. Okay, next up on the list is achieving that kind of glass skin, hydrated, plump look. Honestly, having hydrated, healthy looking skin is more important than anything. It'll look better than any makeup that you put on your face. So I always go in with a little bit of Vanny cream and mix it with castor oil and then use this as like a mask and hydrating treatment. And I look really crazy and oily now, but I promise you when I wake up, my skin will be glowing, plump, and so hydrated, especially from the castor oil. And my eye bags are really bad, so I like to go in with a hydrating treatment underneath. I just use more castor oil because it's anti-inflammatory, helps discoloration, helps inflammation, etc. It makes a really good like under eye dark circle treatment, and it has helped the look of my under eyes so much. It's crazy. Because I'm extra, I like to go in with just under eye patches over top of the castor oil to really soak in all of that goodness and moisture overnight. And then when you wake up, you won't have any puffiness under your eyes. They'll just look nice, hydrated, plump, and like you're ready to take on the day. Also, pro tip, if you're trying to grow out your eyebrows or your eyelashes, take more castor oil and then put that on your eyebrows and eyelashes. Okay, last but not least, we're gonna go in with a heatless curler so I can wake up looking like I spent 20 minutes, 30 minutes curling my hair, and my hair will literally look perfect and save me so much time in the morning. Honestly, my biggest life hack is why I can have bleach blonde hair without my hair literally falling out, because I never have to use heat on it. Okay, this might seem extra, and maybe it is, but it's honestly so worth it to go to bed looking like this so I can wake up looking prettier tomorrow.
I've never had a chemical peel done before, so I started using this peeling serum by The Ordinary once a week. Now you have to use it right for the best results. First, you have to wash and thoroughly dry your skin. Use about 4 to 5 drops. If you've got a big face, 5 to 6 drops, but not too much. Keep it on for about 10 minutes, but definitely not over 15. Oh, and do not use it for more than twice a week. You do not want to scar or burn your skin. After that, I follow up with a serum. I like to use the hyaluronic acid by The Ordinary. And as you can see, it resurfaces your skin. It leaves the texture nice and smooth and the tone nice and even.
Here are some high maintenance things that I do in order to stay low maintenance, because I'm lazy and I don't want to wear makeup every single day. The first thing I do, and probably the biggest tip I could ever give you, is to dye your eyebrows, and to specifically dye your eyebrows with men's beard dye. It will make your eyebrows look so full, so thick, fill in any of those sparse areas. All I use is the Just for Men's beard dye in the shade M30 and apply the solution to my eyebrows, focusing on the outer half of my eyebrows. The solution develops super fast, so if you put it on the front of your brows, they're going to turn into like 2016 block brows, so leave those to the end. I leave the dyeing solution on for a total of 5 minutes with only 1 minute on the front of my brows. And then I just wipe it away with some micellar water on a towel. And bam, you'll have perfect brows that don't need to be filled in for 2 weeks. The next high maintenance thing that I love to do is to do my own threading and waxing at home. And I actually map out my brows using the TikTok eyebrow filter. I linked it below so you can try it out as well. And that's literally my secret for how I get almost identical brows every single time at home. Honestly, learning how to do your own brows at home, number one, saves you so much money. But number two, your brows will always look so good. And brows are so important for actually framing your face. And it just makes you look so good without needing any makeup. Okay, the next high maintenance thing I do is actually dye my eyelashes black. And I specifically use eyelash dye, not beard dye. I made sure to link the exact eyelash dye in my Amazon storefront so you guys can find it. But all I do is I just mix the solution together following the instructions and put it on my eyelashes for up to 10 minutes. And if you haven't tried this out yet, you need to. It will make your lashes look so long, so thick, you won't even need mascara on a daily basis. Okay, last thing I do is a quick lip stain. I do these every single day. Again, I got this one on Amazon. I have the exact color linked. It's a Sachu lip liner. And it just gives your lips some pigment that lasts all day through eating, through drinking, through kissing, through whatever. And bam, that's the final result with no makeup on. It just makes me feel so confident, so good, and ready to take on the day.
These are 5 things that I did to go from hyper masculine to stepping into my feminine. First things things first is I eliminated hurry from my life. So where can I eliminate this feeling and this obligation to like rush and hurry? When it comes to feminine energy, the feminine doesn't rush. She takes her time. Honestly, I had to ask myself, like, what's the rush? Like, where are we going? Eliminating all things in my life that made me in a hurry, remind myself to actually enjoy the process, because that's the best part about living, is like getting into something and juicing all of the yummy deliciousness out of it. Because what's the point if you're just like in a hurry, stressed out, chaotic? Yeah, you get to where you want to go, but you're literally so tired because you rushed through it the whole entire time. Number 2 is cutting out anything that is draining your energy. And this can go multiple ways. Obviously, first and foremost is boundaries. So if you are someone who has a hard time saying no, we have to get into a better habit of doing this. But also asking yourself, like, what things are constantly draining you? What things in your life, like, do you finish and you're just like, that is a key indicator that that's probably not very aligned. Eliminating anything that drains your energy. We're saying no to it, we're removing it, or we're making adjustments in that area. So if you are in a friendship or a relationship or a job that does not light you up and it actually drains your energy, we need to reevaluate that. And number 3 is nurturing yourself. So this goes back to self-care. I was in such a huge rush at all times that I told myself that I don't have time for self-care. It's important to actually make a point to ask yourself and check in with yourself. What do I currently need? Now, a lot of times I am able to actually see like when my body needs like fruits and vegetables, and when it needs like leafy greens, when it needs like protein, or when it needs like higher fats. And those are things that like I was not able to actually get in tune with when I was constantly in a rush and I was putting my self-care on the back burner. And to actually get in tune with yourself and with your body, to ask like what it actually needs, whether that's nutritionally, self-care, a walk, sunshine, friend time. Number 4 is probably my favorite, and that is creating a ritual out of quite literally as many things as possible in your life, because life is one big beautiful ritual if you can make it that. When we are just waking up and throwing ourselves into like the next thing, and again rushing, that's why I said that eliminating hurry out of your life is probably number 1 out of everything, because it allows you to do the rest. Make a beautiful ritual out of everything. So your morning routine, like find a really good book that like lights you up. Find like a fun little coffee cup that's like super cute, makes you feel fancy. Find like your favorite like creamers and coffees, and get an incense, get like a really bougie candle, you know, really spice up, like get yourself some flowers, you know, and sit next to them. The more you can expose yourself to beautiful rituals and beautiful things that this life has to bring, the more beautiful honestly you're gonna feel, and the more relaxed you're gonna feel as well. Last but not least is learning about the seasons. I know this may sound random, but once I actually learned about living with the seasons, I learned this through actually studying astrology, and this just really changed my life, honestly. Our bodies are similar. Our human DNA is similar to nature. Us as humans, just like trees, just like flowers, just like anything in nature, we run through the seasons. And because we are the way that we are, and we love to push our limits, we have trained our bodies and our mind to live in this constant state of summer 24/7, where we are full throttle energy, putting out all efforts, all energy to the max. This has literally gotten a lot of people into like burnout, where they're like, they need to tap out, they need to quit things, they need to leave their job, they need to do the most extreme things because they are burnt out. You have to remember that you are not a machine. Like, you're not a machine, and I don't know when or why we just decided to start operating in that manner, but you're not a machine. You are not meant to be going 24/7 full throttle. Literally surrendering to winter and actually resting, saying no to so many things, not going out, like actually like making sure that you're staying in and you're fueling your body. Listen to your body during this time and give it rest during the winter. You will find come spring, you're gonna be full of energy. Just like the flowers are blooming, just like nature is like growing, you will too. Those are my 5 tips for being more feminine or you have any hacks that have helped you, I would love to hear what has helped you step into your feminine.
How to become unrecognizable by summer. Water with lemon, hot. No gluten, no GMOs, no processed foods, no refined sugar, no eating until noon. 10% incline, 45 minutes, no days off. Remember that fruit carbs are still carbs. Let some time pass. You used to write poetry before bed, but lately you can't hold your eyes open. You used to love to bake, but nowadays it's too tempting. You used to love stopping for a donut on the way home from the dog park, joyfully picking out a Boston cream and a maple bar and some original glazed. But now when your boyfriend asks if you want to stop, you say, no, I'm trying to be good. You used to listen when your friends talked, but tonight you can't stop looking at the bread on the table. You add up everything you've eaten today as they speak. You think to yourself, okay, one piece, no butter, and I'll go for a run after this. First thing in the morning, you used to pray. Now you go straight to the bathroom mirror, lift up your shirt, and look at your stomach. Congratulations. You don't recognize yourself.
I'm the final boss at glowing up. Like, look at what I looked like before, and this is what I look like now. So here's my ultimate broke girl glow up guide because I'm a broke college student. Tip number 1, shorten your skincare routine. This is my skin when I was using 10 products, but all you really need is 3. Tip number 2 is to wear sunscreen. Sunscreen got rid of all my texture and pigmentation. Next, gua sha. Gave me a free jawline and people started telling me they couldn't recognize me. So, tip number 4, find a haircut that looks good on you. Just because something looks good on someone else doesn't mean it'll look good on you. I used to think short hair looked good on me, but I've come to realize long layers suit me the best. Tip number 5, you do not need a $600 Dyson Airwrap. You just need fuzzy socks that you got during Christmas. Sock curls are so easy to do, and I just do it before bed and wake up looking vagina like this. Tip number 6, throw the lash extensions away and grow out your lashes. Fall season extensions took out half my lashes, but Vaseline helped grow them back, and people literally ask if I have extensions now. Tip number 7, stop over plugging your eyebrows. Who the fuck let me out of the house like that? I just stick to plucking my unibrow because I have experienced eyebrow blindness, okay? Last tip is to whiten your teeth. Hydrogen peroxide, which is like $5, makes my teeth whiter than any whitening strip. But hope this helped. Bye.
If your press-on nails aren't lasting you at least 30 days, you're probably doing one of these things wrong. You just look at these nails. You can't tell me these don't look like they were done at a salon for like $100 to $200. They look so good. Number 1 is the step that I see 99% of people either miss or kind of like skimp out on, and that is properly prepping your nails. So I'm talking about pushing back your cuticle, clipping your cuticles, buffing or filing your nail, and also using alcohol or acetone to dry out your nail before even putting the nail on. If you want your press-on nails to look and last like salon nails, you have to be prepping your nails how the salon usually preps your nails. The next mistake that I see people make is using cheap nails. Trust me, I've been there too. If you can bend your nails and they are flimsy or they bend or they crack, those are not good nails. They won't hold up. One of my favorite brands to use that has affordable, high quality nails is Nail Reformation, Olive and June, Impress, Be Art Box, and Glamnetic. Those are all amazing ones. Third and final mistake that I see people make has to do with the glue that you're using. And I tell you, I've tried every single nail glue brand. The only one I religiously use and recommend, it's literally $6 to $9. It is called the Beauty Secrets Drip Proof Nail Glue. Literally cement for your nails. My nails will not come off for 30 days. And I've proven that to you time and time again. 12 out of 10 recommend. Just a bonus tip for you guys, application is truly the most important thing. Honestly, I just add glue to my natural nail. I take the press-on nail at a 45-degree angle, push it back into my cuticle, push down, hold it for 30 seconds. Too many of you guys just hold it for 5 seconds and release it. No, your nail's not gonna adhere properly. Hold it for 30 seconds. There you go, you'll have the best and most strongest lasting press-on nails literally ever.
Here's some of my biggest hygiene tips that I've learned, and it's going to make you such a clean girl. After you've brushed your teeth, never swill your mouth out with water because it just washes off all the fluoride that's in toothpaste or mouthwash, so then there's like no point in even brushing them. And I literally get asked so much like, how are my teeth so white? And I've never used whitening strips or anything like that. That one little tip. I do use whitening gel now though because of my Invisalign, but before that I never used any. I always use like a pH body wash before a scented body wash because pH one will just get your body's natural pH back, so to get rid of any existing odours. And then your scented one kind of like builds on top of that, so if you just went in with your scented one, you'd just be like masking the smell that's on your body, if you know what I mean, whereas the pH one, get rid of the smell before you add the nice smell. I had a really good one from Bondi Sands. It was in like a pink bottle. I'm going to try and insert a picture, but I don't know if they sell it anymore. When I'm shaving, I'll use conditioner rather than shaving cream, shaving gel, like everywhere on my body. It makes your body so much more smooth, and I found that fake tan then doesn't get stuck in like my pores. You know, you can get strawberry legs. I feel like that doesn't happen if I shave with conditioner rather than shaving gel. Then for deodorant, I always use a roll-on deodorant before a spray deodorant. I don't know if everyone does that, but I personally sweat quite a bit. I use like a dry claw or just a normal roll-on, and then I'll use a normal spray. But I think this one works the best. It's the Dove one, and it is more expensive than like the normal ones, but I feel like it works if you do sweat a lot. Okay, and lastly, floss at least once a day. And trust me, like if you don't do this, it's a game changer. You're just gonna prolong the health of your teeth. Plus it'll make your breath smell nicer. Like just do it. I feel like I actually have quite a lot of hygiene tips. If you do want more, then let me know.
Fact that this, and this are the same girl is amazing to me, and let me show you how. Start off by threading or tweezing your brows in preparation for brow and lash lamination. Start applying lash glue little by little, section by section, and brushing those brows up. Apply perm solution number 1 and apply saran wrap on top of it. And the same way we did our brows, we're going to do our lashes, but just by sticking on these little silicone things and then brushing our lashes onto the pads little by little. Again, apply the perm solution, brush it on, and saran wrap. This kit is going to be in my Amazon storefront for you girls. Now that you look fabulous, let's add to it. Okay, we're gonna wax our sideburns, a mustache, and if I could, I would do my nose hairs.
Hey babe, do you love me?
I love you.
Now that you've used this scary stage to test your lover, it's time to rip off the hair. It's so satisfying. I also did my pits. By the time I was done with this, it's time to wipe off perm solution number 1 and apply perm solution number 2, re-saran wrap, and do that with the lashes as well. The kit says to leave it on for 15 minutes, but I do 45 because I have really thick, stubborn lashes and hair. While that second round is going, we're going to do some faux freckles, and I use For Men beard dye, and I just stipple on some freckles. I leave that on for maybe 10 minutes and wipe it off. Again, it's time for our second solution to be wiped off and start the brow tinting process. Learn from my mistake and wipe off the glue before you start tinting. I had to do this process twice because I forgot. Self-tanning is pretty self-explanatory and a must if you wear sunscreen on your face and your body is much darker. Time to wipe off the lash perm and add some lash tint. I use the cleanser on a spoolie to really cleanse the glue and the dye off the lashes. Make sure you don't get your lashes and brows wet for 24 hours and let it simmer and settle in. And this is the before and this is the after. Beautiful, no makeup vibes. Just add sunscreen and lip balm and you are ready to go.
The lengths women go to have long, luscious, dark eyelashes. We're doing something extremely crazy today. We're doing a DIY lash lift and tint at home. Learn some good tips and tricks along the way. Make sure you're curling your lashes before you try gluing them to this little pad. It makes it super easy for them to stay in place and just makes the whole process like 30 times easier. Okay, next up, we're just gonna glue this little eye patch thing. That's actually gonna hold our lashes just to my eyelid. And I have nails, so it's kind of hard, but you just wanna put it behind. Okay, that's how it's looking with those little eye patches glued. My eyes are looking a little droopy, so just ignore that. But we're gonna take the glue that they gave me, put it on my eyelashes, and start gluing them up. Such an idiot. I'm brushing them up right now. I realized I just didn't take a before for the before and after of the eyelash tint and lift. So that sucks, but we're moving on. And this part honestly takes the longest out of anything. You want to make sure your lashes look exactly how you want them to look. You want them shaped, brushed, everything how you want them, because after you glue them in place and put the solution on, there's no going back. Okay, that's a close-up of how they look. I like them a little clumped together just because it looks like then you have like mascara on. I don't know, you get that like clumpy lash look. We're gonna go in with step 1 and only apply it to the middle of our lashes. You don't want it too much on the base and you don't want it on the tip of your lashes, just like the middle section of your lashes. This is the perming solution. So this is what actually like curls the lashes and keeps them in place. I always follow the perming directions for the kit I'm using. It honestly depends on the kit. This one says to leave it for 8 to 12 minutes. I'm gonna go right in the middle, leave it for 10, come back and show you what I do next. Okay, the perming solution has been on my eyelashes for I think 11 minutes. So we're just gonna remove the solution just with like a little cotton brush. Also, I'd love to know the science behind why the perming solution smells like spoiled eggs. Like it smells like rotten eggs. Okay, next we're gonna apply step 2 and leave it on for 10 minutes as well. This is just the neutralizing solution. It's been 8 minutes since I've had solution 2, which is just like the neutralizer on my eyelashes. I'm just gonna take it off. Final step, I'm just going right in with the black dye. I think it's just easier to leave that little eyelid pad while you dye your eyelashes. It just looks better, works better. So I'm gonna put this dye all over my lashes. And I don't know if I mentioned this to start, but we're gonna leave this on for 10 minutes as well. Again, just following the directions on the package. But I put the dye right on like the root of my lashes. I don't get it into my eyes, but I put it as far down as I possibly can because that's what gives your eyes like that long, luscious look when you have a lash lift and tint that you go get done. I'm not telling you to do that because it's probably wrong, but that's what I do. Also, I can't see very well right now, but I just had the craziest idea to tint my bottom lashes, so that's what we're doing. With these little eye patches to try and not get it on my skin, but we'll see what happens. And brush it on like mascara. Okay, that's how everything's looking. I look scary. I can't really see right out of my eyes, but we're gonna let these sit for 5 minutes while the top lashes are finishing up processing. Been about 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna remove the dye from the bottom lashes. Okay, now for the top, I'm gonna remove as much dye as possible just with another one of those little cotton swabs. I'm gonna remove the eye patches that are glued. I washed everything off with just a cloth and the tiniest little bit of micellar water. You're not supposed to get the lashes wet for like 24 to 48 hours. So I just used the tiniest little bit just to get some of that black residue off of my eyes. But that's how the eyelashes are looking. They look really, really dark. The bottom ones actually turned out really, really nice. Honestly, it looks like my lashes have mascara on right now, but they literally are just tinted and lifted and they look really, really good.
Self-Care Sunday is my beauty maintenance version of we have food at home. This is how much I spend versus how much I save on my weekly routine. Before I started waxing at home, I had a wax pass and monthly I would spend about $170, not including tip. Purchasing my own wax pot and a 2-pound bag of wax that lasts me 6 months is about $60. Dermaplaning at home is definitely controversial. In office, it's about $75 to $100 a visit. You can definitely do this at home if you use the right technique and tools. If you buy the tools yourself, it's about $30. I'm definitely in between splurging on nails and doing them at home. My nail setup was about $175 including everything, and one set cost me about $150. Definitely still do maintenance outside of my at-home routine as a treat or leisure because sometimes it's more about the experience versus saving money. My weekly routine, I always include an at-home facial with a steam, a cleanse, exfoliation, any extractions if needed, and some form of clarifying and hydrating mask. And office facials are about $180 and my steamer was $50. I don't know if I really consider blowouts beauty maintenance because it's something that I like have to do, but I also include weekly blowouts into my routine, and at the salon they're $50 excluding tip. My hair products all together are about $100 and they last several months. This is your sign to start an at-home beauty maintenance routine.